Looks clear. Go.
Welcome back to another edition of Kazuliski's Survival Guide to Cyberpunk 2077. Today, Chumba, it's all about solos, including street samurai and bounty hunters. So why become a solo of fortune like the legendary Morgan Blackhand, you may ask? Aside from cyberware limbs for weapons, bioprogrammed chips to increase your reflexes, and combat drugs to give you that edge over your opponents, when you're the best of the best, you might even leave the ranks of corporate samurai and go Ronin, freelancing your lethal talents as killer, bodyguard or enforcer to whoever can pay enough eddies. Sounds good. Unfortunately, there's a price to pay, Chumba, a heavy one. You've lost so much of your original meat that you're almost a machine. Your killing reflexes are so jacked up that you have to restrain yourself from going berserk at any moment. Years of combat drugs taken to keep the edge have given you terrifying addictions. You trust no one. One night you sleep in a penthouse surrounded by the most exotic women Night City has to offer. The next in an alley like a filthy street rat. But that's the price of being the best. And you're willing to pay it, because that's what solos do. With the formalities out of the way, we'll move right along into the specialists. The first category that I'll cover is the Cyber Soldier. This is about as straightforward as it gets. Many solos have already had some form of military experience. The Cyber Soldier simply makes it their career. The differences are, rather than serving any one government or corporation, the Cyber Soldier is a mercenary contracting freelance to the highest bidder. Experience on the battlefield, superior combat skills, and appropriate cyberware are what make hiring cyber soldiers worthwhile. Naturally, a high level of competence with all small arms types is a prerequisite. It's not enough just to be able to use weapons. Those who plan on becoming involved with covert operations or infiltration should make sure that their stealth, security systems and infiltration skills are well honed. Cyber soldiers are, however, more prone to implants and major structural modification than some other types of solos. Limb replacement is not uncommon among those with a good number of combat hours. But as combat conditions become more rigorous, artificial limbs are gaining popularity as a preemptive body modification. The value of a cyber limb in combat is considerable, but the competent solo can fare just fine without one. If you're going to get a cyber arm, I would suggest getting some kind of weapon in it. Where better to keep one for situations where larger external weapons are too unwieldy or conspicuous. The next category I'll cover is one of the most prestigious areas of soloing, but it is one of the most difficult to break into. I'm talking, of course, about bodyguarding. This is high-profile work, and it takes a good rep to attract celebrity clients who can make the job worthwhile. Even when achieved, success in this field is an ephemeral thing. All it takes is one dead client, and your reputation can be gone for good. Weapon-wise, bodyguards should specialize in concealable small arms and hand-to-hand and melee combat. Awareness skills are at a premium when dealing with potential assassination victims, especially in crowded urban environments. Low-key cyberware is crucial. Remember, too much cyberware marks you as a bodyguard and makes you a target for initial removal if there is an incursion. If you must have cyberware replacements, make them look either natural or stylish. That wraps up personal security. For the career-oriented types, there is the job of corporate operative with megacorps like Arasaka or Militech. Not the most glamorous of solo fields, but it's job security, and there are company benefits such as trauma team coverage and access to top-of-the-line corporate equipment. I can emphasize no particular combat or equipment skills for being a corporate solo, and cyberware for corpo-bound solos are in the same nebulous position as skills. Focus on those which are appropriate to your speciality, or hope but the company will outfit you. Just don't let them overdo it. I've heard some rumors about a couple of the nastier corporations outfitting solos with illegal military-grade cyberware and then trying to control their cyberpsychosis in order to turn them into combat Borgs, somewhat reminiscent of Adam Smasher, Morgan Blackhand's main rival. That's one experiment I would advocate not getting involved in, Choom, unless you genuinely love metal over meat. For those of you who are a little more solitary and independent, there is always bounty hunting. It's rarely glamorous, it's always dangerous. The job entails tracking down street rats on the run from some individual organisation. The bounty hunter finds and captures this person if they're wanted alive, or presents proof of their death in return for payment. Bounty hunting is freelance by nature, and a lucrative open assignment can frequently lead to conflict and enmity between competing solos. Naturally, non-government sanctioned bounty hunting is technically illegal in Night City, but that doesn't stop corporations or just about anyone with enough eddies from doing it. Combat skills for bounty hunting are strictly relative to the methods of the solo in question. Bounty hunting is one of those fields of soloing where major cyberware enhancement is least useful. The majority of the time spent on the job is devoted to tracking the target. Since most jobs require the target to be returned intact, relatively soft methods should be used in capture and retention. The last category I'll cover is the Street Samurai. This is the ultimate in freelance solo work. The Street Samurai does whatever people are willing to pay him or her to do, provided they can do it. They answer to no one, they sign no contracts, they owe no allegiance. It's a proud and a lonely calling, and good only for those who were meant to live on the mean streets of Night City. Some Street Samurai specialise, it's true, but most of the many I've known would tackle any job they thought they could do. Common jobs are hits, abductions, guard work, infiltration, running or theft. It's probably the only type of soloing where this kind of diversity is either desirable or common. Few Street Samurai die of natural causes. Those who have been alive long enough to be competent in all sorts of jobs are among the most fearsome and respected of solos. Only the unifying, all-pervading environment of the city streets makes this multi-rolled existence possible. As long as the Street Samurai is in his or her element, anything is possible. Taking this diversity into account, what skills can I recommend for all Street Samurai? First and foremost, streetwise. If you're not perfectly at home on the streets of Night City, at any time of day, in any part of town, you have no business in this job. Know the area, know the people, know the places. Make damn sure you're up on your hand-to-hand combat and melee weapons. Street Samurai get into more fistfights and brawls than any of the people I know, cyberboxers included. It comes with the territory. Be able to use a pistol fast and accurately. A crowded bar or a narrow alley is a bad place for some huge, unwieldy assault rifle. Know the gangs. Form alliances with them when possible, but never trust them. Be able to move in a crowd. Know how to drive. Have contacts. After all, you're already watching Kazuliski's videos, so that's a decent start. A good source of information can take you farther on the street than a fast gun, if used correctly. Stay tied into what's happening, and be sure to avoid those street rats. The Street Samurai must be able to feel the pulse of Night City. It is their life and breath, their bread and water. The Street Samurai's cyberware are purely a matter of taste. There is no limit on what is appropriate, short of cyberpsychosis. Use your discretion and judgment in deciding what enhancements would be useful. Black market cybernetics are more common among Street Samurai than any other type of solo. The possibilities are limited only by your imagination, eddies and sanity. Go for cyberlimbs, vampires, glowing eyes, hell, even Mr. Stud or Midnight Lady if necessary. Do it for practicality or for looks. Remember, style is as important as practicality in Night City, or as the main man, Maximum Mike, always says, style over substance. That wraps up my analysis of the potential types of solos in the world of Cyberpunk 2077. Let me know in the comment section what type of solo suits your playstyle, particularly if you intend to choose Morgan Blackhand as your childhood hero. And if you take anything away from this guide, remember, don't extend yourself, Choomber, especially early in your career. Learn it, know it, live it. If you're going to get yourself killed, wait until you've established yourself so you can become a legend instead of some pathetic street rat's meal ticket. The awesome thumbnail artwork was by the talented Mole Cosplay. Hey Choomber, I'm Kazuliski, and I hope you found this Cyberpunk 2077 discussion on solos to be informative. Are you interested in more Cyberpunk 2077 content? Then be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions or feedback, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching.